Today we are going to break this beast down right here. This is a whole beef tenderloin. It is the king of all beef cuts. It is the most expensive, the most tender, and we are going to show you how to break this thing down. It's not that hard if you just focus on a couple of techniques that I'm going to show you today. While we set up our station, you're going to need a sharp knife. You're going to need some paper towels. You're going to need another towel just in case. We're going to do two prep bowls. One is going to be for edible waste and one is going to be for some trash that we're going to throw away. I will show you what to do with the edible waste and how we're going to use that in a future video. I also have a pan here that is where I'm going to put all of my finished cuts. Here's our beef tenderloin, got my sharp knife. What we're gonna do is make a very thin cut right down the center to release this from the back. Just like that. We're gonna pull the whole tenderloin all the way out, keeping as much of this liquid in the bag as possible. All right, so this is the head cut. This is gonna be the tail cut. And in the middle is going to be our Chateaubriand. That's right where all of our nice steaks are going to come from. We're going to use this. I'm going to show you today how to use this whole thing into getting the most yield out of this product as possible. What we're going to do when we break it down is we're going to start from the back end. All right, here we go. So we're going to cut off just the sinew on the back. Removing all the sinew. That's our basic goal. And our next thing is there's a piece of silver skin right here. Now that silver skin needs to be removed. Silver skin is it's called elastin. It's connective tissue that will never ever break down. So you always want to remove it, whatever you're cutting, whether you're cutting pork tenderloins or beef tenderloins. Anytime you see that thick silver skin, it needs to be removed. Here's another piece of connective tissue right there that needs to be removed. Again, going through it, getting all that sinew, cutting the fat as much as possible. The stuff on the bottom, again, is just fat. This is actually usable stuff, usable items. We can put that in our usable waste pile. We're going to put it into our ground beef. I'm going to show you how to do that in a future video. Again, always going down, just seeing what we can cut out. Tenderloins are very lean muscle, very lean cut, so we want to make sure we get all that out. This is the chain right here, what I'm separating right now. So that is a chewier piece of meat that's connected to the tenderloin. So we're going to remove that just with our knife and our fingers. We're going to save that for our grind pile. All right, just cleaning it up, cleaning everything up. Any kind of pieces of fat, sinew, anything we can get off there needs to come off. Now, probably the trickiest part, we got a little gash here in this silver skin. So like I said before, this is all silver skin. So that will never break down. That has to be removed. So what we're going to do is take our thumb in between this head cut and just release it just a little bit so that we can get to it to really cut that out. Now, you can see here that this one's got a little bit of a gash in it. It's just part of it. Some are going to look different than others. I'm going to take the back of my knife and press down and slide off some of this fat right here just so I can get to the silver skin. Now this is kind of the trickiest part, but what we're going to do is slide it right here, okay? And then you slide it in and you pull it out, and this creates a little bit of a flap, okay? And with that flap, you're going to hold pressure back this way and come across back that way in one fluid motion, okay? So we get rid of that silver skin, it goes in our waste bowl. We're gonna do it again. Hold the flap, slide it on down. Do it again, hold the flap, slide it on down. See, nice, even. Now this has got so we'll just clean this up a little bit. Flat, down. Flat, down. Now, as we get here, we have this little V cut right here. So there's a V in here and a V in here. So we have to kind of go on this side of it, just taking nice little strokes with your knife. This is very important. You have a very sharp knife. And we're going to take a V cut from the other side. So we cut this side. Now we're going to cut this side all the way out to the end. See? We open it up a little bit. We got a little bit more that we're just going to slide out like this. Done. Yeah, slide out. Done. So we'll check the back again just to make sure. There's a little piece. So opposite of the chain, there's a little piece of like a flap right here that we take off. That's edible, so we're going to put that in our edible waste pile. Anything else? We're going to take one more look to make sure there's anything else that needs to be taken off. This looks pretty good. Now we're going to get to slicing. This is the biggest reason why you want to do it yourself. I can make things any size I want. I can take this first cut. I can make it a 16-ounce cut. I'm going to use this in the next video. But then I can also take a steak off here. I can continue to slice all the way down, or I can keep it all in one piece and use it for another beef Wellington or just more steaks. I'm going to go ahead and take the tail piece off right now, the tail cut, and save that for another recipe as well. This is the reason we do this. Now, I'm going to take this and just cut steaks out of it. It's a very easy process. Nice sharp knife, nice and easy. You can make them any size you want. This is why we cut all these ourselves. Next, we're going to clean up this chain piece. Again, it's a very tough cut of meat, so we are going to use it for our grind to make it makes great burger. So it gives a great beefy flavor. So we're just cutting off all the fat and all the silver skin that we can find. We're going to cube it up real quick, and then it's going to be good to go. It's a very simple process. It's going in the grind anyway, so we don't need to. It doesn't matter how it looks. I have my steak cuts from the Chateaubriand. I have my head cut, which I'm actually going to use in the next recipe. Do a blue cheese crusted 16-ounce filet that I actually cooked when I was in 1999. That really launched my culinary career. I also am going to have a video using the tail cut that shows you a different way to use that instead of just chopping it up and throwing it in a stir fryer or something else.